ആകാശവാണി വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗം.
വിജയവാണി SSLC പരീക്ഷാ സഹായി. ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പാഠഭാഗങ്ങളെ ആസ്പദമാക്കിയുള്ള ആദ്യ ക്ലാസ് അവതരിപ്പിക്കുന്നത് തിരുവനന്തപുരം മൈലം GV രാജ സ്പോർട്സ് സ്കൂൾ അധ്യാപിക ലിഷ S. തപസ്.
Good evening, dears. Welcome back to English Classroom. Hope that all my dears are preparing well to write the upcoming SSLC examination 2025. Today, we are going to discuss the first 3 units of the Standard 10 English Reader. Let's go to the first unit, Glimpses of Green. The first lesson is Adventures in a Banyan Tree, a beautiful story written by the great Indian English writer Ruskin Bond. Adventures in a Banyan Tree is the childhood experience of the writer Ruskin Bond. The central character, the boy, is a lover of nature and spends most of the time in the banyan tree and exploring the tree. The banyan tree belongs to his grandfather. At the age of 65, grandfather cannot climb in the banyan tree. So, the boy possesses the tree. The tree is a home to many animals and birds. The boy made a platform halfway off the banyan tree and read books. One afternoon, the boy witnessed a fight between a cobra and a mongoose. The mongoose is the winner. Banyan tree and the boy also witnessed the bonding of the grey-colored squirrel and the white rat. When the boy goes in search of grandmother's knitting, he discovers 3 white baby squirrels. The grandfather tells the boy that the white rat is the father. All these are the adventures in the banyan tree. Expected questions. Prepare the narrative of the story Adventures in a Banyan Tree. Key points to remember. Introduction. Write about the author, detailed narration of the story, and a conclusion. Second question. The boy was extremely excited when he saw the 3 white baby squirrels in the banyan tree. Prepare the likely diary entry of the boy. Key points to remember. Write day and date. Describe your emotion, sad or happy. Discuss the event and conclusion. You can begin like this. I was thrilled to see 3 baby white squirrels, and continue and finish your answer. The next question, it's a write-up. It is important to conserve trees for the welfare of living beings. You have read the story Adventures in a Banyan Tree. Prepare a write-up in need to conserve trees. Key points to remember. There should be a title, introductory part, be specific and clear and concise and catchy, give a proper conclusion. Now let's move on to the next lesson, Lines Written in Early Spring, a poem by William Wordsworth. Theme of the poem, praises the glory of nature. Man should live in harmony with nature. Poet regrets man's cruelties towards nature. Rhyming words, notes, thoughts, link, think, ran, man, plan, man. Figure of speech, hyperbole. Example, I heard 1,000 blended notes. Personification, example, to her fair works did nature link. Every flower enjoys the air it breathes. Poetic devices, alliteration, repetition of same consonant sounds. Example, what man has made of man. Auditory image, images of sound. Example, I heard 1,000 blended notes. Visual image, example, while in a grove, the birds, etc. Rhyme scheme of the poem is AB, AB. You can expect a question of appreciation based on the poem Lines Written in Early Spring. Let's move on to the next lesson, The Snake and the Mirror by Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. Main character, a homeopath, young bachelor, poor handsome doctor. Expected questions. Character sketch of the homeopath. Diary entry by the homeopath. Maybe a narrative of the story. Now let's move on to the next unit, Frames. The first lesson, Project Tiger by Satyajit Ray. Project Tiger is a memoir written by Satyajit Ray. In this article, Ray talks about Hollywood film industry and the animal actors. Even the animals have stand-in in Hollywood film industry. They are treated like real film stars. Expected questions. First one, reading comprehension. A passage will be given. Based on the passage, 5 questions will be followed. Read the passage and answer the questions. Second question, a write-up. Prepare a write-up based on the memoir Project Tiger. We will also discuss some language elements. Listen to the question. Read the following conversation. Manager, how long will you need the tiger? Satyajit Ray, I want the tiger for 2 days. Now answer the following questions. A. What did manager ask Satyajit Ray? B. What did Satyajit Ray replied? Here you are asked to write answer for indirect speech or reported speech. Direct speech question is given and you have to change it into indirect speech or reported speech. Now let's go to the answer. What did manager ask Satyajit Ray? Answer. Manager asked Ray how long would he need the tiger. Second question. What did Satyajit Ray replied? Ray replied that he wanted the tiger for 2 days. Always keep this in point in your mind when you are asked to prepare reported speech. Please follow the past tense form of the verb. Always use the past tense form of the verb. That's a key point you have to keep in your mind. The next lesson is My Sister's Shoes by Majid Majidi. Important characters Ali, Sarah, Ali's father, mother, cobbler, Akbar and gem collector. My Sister's Shoes is an extract from the script of Majid Majidi's film Children of Heaven. 4 scenes are well presented and it shows the poor lifestyle of a very ordinary Iranian family. The script gives importance to family relationship and also focuses on love, patience, affection and consideration. Expected questions. First one, prepare the review of the screenplay My Sister's Shoes. Points to remember, give a title, organize the ideas logically, use appropriate lingers, sequence the sentences properly, use simple language, and your answer should be precise and concise. The next lesson is Blowing in the Wind, a song by Bob Dylan. Blowing in the Wind, it's a protest song by Bob Dylan, asking a series of questions about peace, war, and freedom. The poet is saying the answer for all the questions are blowing in the wind. Rhyming words, sea, free, sky, cry, figures of speech, refrain. Example, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Auditory image, cannonballs fly, people cry. Visual image, man, dove, cannon, mountain, people and sky. Expected questions. First one, appreciation of the poem Blowing in the Wind. Second question, reading comprehension based on the poem. By this, we finish Unit 2. Now let's have a quick glance to Unit 3, the Law of Values. First lesson, The Best Investment I Ever Made, written by Dr. A.J. Cronin. Dr. A.J. Cronin, the narrator of the story, is on a ship journey. On the way, he met a couple, Mr. and Mrs. John. The couple approaches the narrator and gives his visiting card. John is an advocate by profession and also works in the field of youth welfare. John helps the doctor to identify him. Doctor recalls the past incidents at the landlady's house. Young John falls into bad company and lost all his money in horse gambling. Then steals money from office safe, but fails to replace the money and attempts suicide. Saved by the doctor, landlady and sergeant of police. Gets a fresh start. Sergeant agrees not to register case. The doctor gives £7 and 10 shillings. The doctor feels proud of the investment he made 25 years ago. Expected questions. A diary entry by the Dr. A.J. Cronin. Another question, narrative of the story. I would like to discuss a bit of language elements too. Listen to the question. Pick out the noun phrase and verb phrase from the following sentence. Noun phrase means a group of words or single noun. Verb phrase means a group of words includes a verb or any auxiliary or modal verbs. Example, the financial team carefully reviewed the reports. Noun phrase is the financial team. Verb phrase carefully reviewed the reports. Another example, the boys are playing in the ground. Noun phrase, the boys. Verb phrase, are playing in the ground. One more example, an old tree was the center of attraction. Noun phrase, an old tree. Verb phrase, was the center of attraction. Let's move on to the poem The Ballad of Father Gilligan by W.B. Yeats. The word ballad means a story in the form of a poem. The Ballad of Father Gilligan is about an elderly priest who is exhausted from attending funerals and giving last communion to the dying people. The poem speaks about the everlasting and unconditional love of God on all his creations. Rhyming words, lay, say, eve, grieve, die, I, bleed, need, chair, care. Figure of speech, simile, example, as merry as a bird. Metaphor, example, God covered the world with shade. Auditory image, example, sparrow chirp, pray, opening the door. Visual images, green swords, stars, rocky lane, fen, etc. Alliteration, no rest, no joy, no peace. Rhyme scheme, A, B, C, B. The last lesson in Unit 3, The Danger of a Single Story, is a speech by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. In this speech, Adichie talks about the effects of single stories. Single stories about people or nation leads to wrong and incomplete judgment. Chimamanda introduces herself as a storyteller. She was an early reader and writer. She read British and American children's books. Her characters were also foreign in nature. She began to read African writings. She realized that all this happened due to the danger of a single story. Single stories lead people to have prejudiced ideas and create stereotypes. That is the danger of a single story. Expected questions. Review of the speech, The Danger of a Single Story. I also want to discuss a language element. Listen to the question. Fill in the blanks with the suitable words given in brackets. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is dash famous novelist. She is famous as a good short story writer dash. She is dash Nigerian origin. Adichie was educated dash Drexel University. She received dash awards within bracket at a, many, in, are, of, for. Now the answer. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is a famous novelist. She is famous as a good short story writer too. She is of Nigerian origin. Adichie was educated at Drexel University. She received many awards. Okay dears, hope that you got an idea about the first 3 units of the Standard 10 English Reader. Thank you.
ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പാഠഭാഗങ്ങളെ ആസ്പദമാക്കിയുള്ള ആദ്യ ക്ലാസ്സാണ് ഇതുവരെ കേട്ടത്. അവതരിപ്പിച്ചത് തിരുവനന്തപുരം മൈലം GV രാജ സ്പോർട്സ് സ്കൂൾ അധ്യാപിക ലിഷ എസ് തബസ്. വിജയവാണി SSLC പരീക്ഷാ സഹായി.
വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ രംഗം സമാപിച്ചു.